Tom, can you just start off with McDonough first? He looked pretty dominant, and the other guy wasn't really doing much.
He looked dominant. He was forcing the pace. We liked that. He had to work hard to score. That guy was, he's flexible and he's got good hips, and we got a planning. We had an early opportunity and kept grinding away and capitalized on an opportunity late and rode him. So it was a good match. It was a good match by McDonough. Solid, smart.
What did you say to Montel and St. John kind of after their matches?
You don't say much. You're talking to St. John coming down the hall there. You're talking about future and things you're going to have to do specific to that match, and other things as well. So Montel, there's not a lot to say there. That's the end of his career, and we'll see if he does more wrestling or not. But he's gonna probably hurt for a while.
He went for it in overtime, Montel.
He went for it, and there's a lot of thoughts in my head right now. So that's all right.
What'd you think of St. John's match overall?
Got to come out more ready to go. Maybe knowing the guy was a darter like that, and then he'll dart in and come hard early. All that being said, you got to be able to come back too. The guy's style is tough to penetrate. Is that a word? A good word to describe? You got to work hard to penetrate that style. And he had him biting a couple times, but you got to be able to capitalize on that second and third movement off when you get a guy bite off your fake. So,
when you walk away from this tournament, what kind of feelings are you going to have about what it's going to take to get back on top?
We got to have 40 guys. Where out of those 40 guys, we got 10 guys at 10 weights that are going to do some serious work. And I mean, they buy into the fact that there's a way to win, and you compete hard to do that. And you're not going to fall into things. And I'm not scolding, I sound like I am, but hard work is more than just coming to practice every day. Hard work is being able to work hard in a match. It's being able to get a lot out of a short amount of time from scoring points of view, and just grabbing guys and moving them and throwing them down and creating scoring opportunities, those types of things.
How much of that do you think you had?
You're asking a lot of questions that are private. The answers are private. So, me and you are good friends. You have a beer and I'll have a root beer, and we'll talk about it. How's that?
How long, McDonough's pretty special with the way he lives and everything. How long do those guys come along? How often do they come along? Guys like that?
We got a group of guys that does a good job, and McDonough's the leader because of his credentials, but we got a lot of guys that live right and do it that way. But as far as maybe when you're walking out of the arena, is your mind still working on wrestling? And that's McDonough. When you're driving, home, you're thinking of meal and recovery and the right fuel in you. And you don't necessarily do what you feel like doing, but you can have rewards and some things where you reward yourself, but you got to be 24/7 in your mind. And that doesn't mean that you can't be a well-rounded person either, and be geared academically and for a good career as well. Because what makes you good at one thing makes you better at the other, and vice versa. So he's a good example, but we have other guys too as well.
You talked about today about thinking about his legacy a little bit and how he would be remembered and things like that. You went from that club of multi-time champions to the six. You're in that club of six, and he has a chance to do that. When you were going along, did thoughts like that cross your mind?
I'm not sure they did or not. I know that you get ready for the next one, and he's thinking that way because he's getting ready for the next one. Now he's on his last year, so to speak. So I like how he's thinking. I tell you what, and it's the same with Ramos. I said that this morning or this afternoon earlier. These guys like him and Ramos, they're going to get ready no matter where they were and how they felt about their match. If McDonough eked it out and barely won that match, he's going to have a lot more regret. Maybe he can feel good about this because it was a solid win, but he would still be thinking that way. Coming off the mat against Robles last year, he's thinking that way. So, that's where what you're talking about, it comes into play. Right to the next step. And he's probably thinking international. If he's not, he will be, because we're going to have a discussion here in about 10 minutes.
How do you think you'll look back on Montel's career?
What's that?
How do you think you'll look back on Montel's
Him?
career? You.
Ask it differently.
Can he be proud of what he got? I
Absolutely.
mean, no national title, but can he be proud of?
It's over.
Yeah.
It's over now. There's going to be regret and hurt, but you got to deal with those things and move forward and continue to learn and be strong. Be strong.
Are you the type of coach that'll remind your guys over and over, a third place finish as a team? That's not what you guys are striving for. Is that something you'll pin in their minds?
The philosophy of the program is the philosophy of the program, and it's very consistent. So nothing's going to change. I'm shooting from the hip.
You think this guy's going to wrestle in Cedar Falls here in a week or two?
We'll see. We'll see. Good questions, but there's some other ways into those trials too. So you got to figure out what's best, because it's not always best to go from an event like this right into something. I think the trials timing is good, but we'll see. I think McDonough's positioned well right now.